Hello again, Rebecca here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, day 22. And here's our sketch for today. So first of all, I'm going to kind of show you, as I was looking at that, I wanted to go into, this is like my inventory binder. And I have everything swatched out in there as far as mixed media and die cuts, punches, all of that fun stuff, things that I don't have readily available. I mean, I have like a cart full of mixed media, but it's not something that I could see. So it's just easier for me to see what color they're going to be. I have all my inks and everything. If anybody's interested in actually having a flip through of that, just let me know and I can do that. This background, it takes a turn. So I'm using packaging because I recently cleaned out my room and found a whole bunch of packaging, and instead of throwing it away, I thought I would just use it up. You guys know I like to use my squishy block, so I'm using the packaging. But I had originally planned to do this for my son's graduation album, but I had put so much mixed media on this. I was going to do a double page in his 8x8, so I was really making it this big because I was going to cut it and span it across the 2 pages. And I have so much mixed media on here that because I spray it with water and I'm using shimmers and all kinds of other fun products, that it wrinkled like very badly. So I stuck it underneath my mat there and forgot about it. So yeah. And then when I realized that I didn't have this sketch done, because I keep a list of those, I was like, oh, and I had already completed his album. So the colors don't make sense in the end on what I decided to do. So I just grabbed a couple other pictures and scrapbooked that. But that is mostly why I'm going with reds and black, because it was supposed to go in my son's graduation album. And I am really loading the shimmers on there. I'm not trying to put too much water because the shimmers are so shimmery, but when you start adding water, they lose their shimmer shiny, but it's still really, really pretty. And I'm just trying to get it to squish around because at this time, my idea is to cut it into strips and, span it across 2 8x8 pages. I do pull in some of this gold, and I believe I have no idea. I don't know if it's a gold or like an almond taupey color, but I just wanted to kind of give a hint of another color in here. And then I will cover it in black. I mean, I really throw a lot at this, and some of it doesn't make it onto the video because I forgot to hit record. You guys know me. I do just kind of dip my brush there in water and flip off the excess because I don't want to waste any of the shimmer, and then I clean the brush off in the pot. And right there you can just see sometimes I use paper towels depending on if I have them there, but I like to use like rags and then wash them just because it's like, nicer for the, it's nicer for the earth, I guess. So instead of creating more trash and this would just be trash because it wouldn't be recycling. Because it's got all the chemicals of the paint and stuff in there. So I do come in with this Hi-Ho Silver, and I'm splatting that on there as well. And I actually do use a lot of this. I don't use my mixed media as much as I want to, and that has been something that for the latter part of March, you will start seeing that I really do start getting a lot more mixed media on my page. And I'm sorry about my hair. I have it up in a messy bun and it messed its way onto the page. Now you can see there I do get some water on my brush and then lightly dip it into the pot there just because I want a lot of splatters. And then you can see I added some yellow and I did spritz some black on there. Now I am going to come in with this little bitty dot stencil and some Nouveau Glimmer Paste, and I am just going to spread that around the layout. You can't really see it on the video, but up close it just kind of it adds just a little bit of glitter and shimmer and just brightening up that background because that's a mess. But I love it. I say that, and you guys hear, if you guys watch Missy Went, and you'll hear her say that as well. Like, they look like a hot mess, but once you get the stuff covering it, they look so much better. Like I had one earlier this month that it was blue and it was for my redesign creative team. And when I was making that whole layout, I was like, oh, this is not looking like I wanted it to. But once I start adding things back over it, it really does. That's the look I'm going for. So you just have to keep going. Now right here, I'm going to take these 4 pictures that I have trimmed down of my little pupper bee. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I don't think I put an actual bee, like bumblebee, on this layout. So I might have to go back and do that. The last 2 I've done about her, I've missed the bee. I normally put some sort of bee on the layout. We'll have to see if I get that on here, but I do not think I do. Yeah, but anyway, I cut those down to, I believe, 3x3s. And I am just going, and I mat them on the black. I use my little pin blade here and just, I'm not trying to cut my mat. And I'm going to mat the whole page in this piece of cardstock as well. So I just get those all cut out and then I fussy cut around them to create a nice semi-straight border, but I don't make you watch me do all of that. Now I do want to remind you that today is Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches Day 22, so there will be links down below for everyone who is playing along today. So when you get done watching my video, just go ahead and hop on over there and give them some love. I am going to use my fine liner bottle that's filled with the Art Glitter Glue. I find that works very well. I've had a couple questions about that. And yes, as long as I don't leave the cap off for a very lengthy period of time, it doesn't dry up. But if it does dry up, I've had that one time and I just soaked it in like super hot water. And for the most part, it worked. It made it flow just a little bit better, like it unclogged it. But yeah, if you let that clog, it's pretty much, you just, but you can pick those bottles up at Amazon too for like $12 or something, so it's not a bad deal. So I do use the liquid glue because I had gesso to my page and then all the super mixed media, and you can see it's still warped, and yeah, I had that sit under my mat for days with a lot of pressure on it. So yeah, lots of mixed media on that. Is so much so that it's hard to get it to lay flat to trim. And I'm only trimming 1/4 of an inch off of each side because I want to make sure that I keep her in the middle. And I just layered all 4 of those photos up. And I'm going to make sure that it looks okay. And then I'm going to come in again and I'm going to use liquid glue because of the wrinkling. My ATG will hold, but it won't hold permanently, like it will start to pop up. However, when the liquid glue dries, there's nothing breaking that bond. And I'm just going to fill in these little squares right here. And then I'm going to stick it on there. And I will flip it over. I don't do that on screen, but I seal all those squares up with washi tape as well, just so that it doesn't, come apart later on. So now I did have this little pack, and I had got this in, I want to say it was a Peachy Cheap grab bag, and they sent this little pack of ephemera, so I have no idea. It didn't have any kind of it didn't have any like label on it or anything, but the colors like really matched that like off red pink color that I have going on there. So I'm just going to layer up a whole bunch of these flowers and girls. I'm going to get that llama on there because when are you ever going to be able to use a llama, Rebecca, on my random layouts? Now this video is quickly coming to an end, so I do want to remind you again to hop on over to all the other channels and see how they were inspired by this sketch. Hopefully they didn't do what I did and forget about their original design. So yeah, but I do like the way it turned out. And I'm just, seeing what I can get on there. Some things don't actually make it on there. Those 3 things that are left do not make it on, so I just put those back in. I'm going to go ahead and grab out this little puffy sticker here that I've had these for a year now, and I'm making my way through them. They were an impulse buy at the 2020 craft show here in my area. So, yeah, I'm going to put Believe is the title because, you got to believe you can be a cool dog with her little stocking cap on and her sunglasses. My fiance loves to dress her up, and she just lays there and lets him. So she slept like that for quite some time, so we were thinking that she thought she was really cool. I do grab a couple of those other flowers just to give a little bit more added dimension and some lump and bump to the page. Now I found these weird little flower purple pearl things, and I decided let's just use those up on this page, so I do get them all used up. They've been hidden somewhere in my room for several years now, and I felt like it's time to use them. So I sprinkle those all around the page, and that is pretty much going to do it, I believe, for the layout. I may come back in with some enamel dots or some gems, but I'm not 100% sure I do that either. If you liked my page, please give me a thumbs up. Click that subscribe button down below. The last thing that I do is no gems. I do add 3 of these little illustrated faith crosses, and I just tuck them under to make them look like plus signs, and that's going to do it. Here's some close-ups. I hope you guys liked my video, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye.